Good evening, guys. Today I will be teaching you how to make elderberry syrup. Um, what is this? This is in the berry family, but a little bit different. This is good medicinal herb, you could say, used for cold and flu. A lot of times, you harvest this now, try to make it into syrup with honey and elderberries, and you take a teaspoon or give a teaspoon to kids every day, and it will help with cold and flu. Now, unfortunately, even though the name says elderberry, it's really not a berry. It looks like a berry. It's really, really tiny. Very tedious to remove from them. Your hands get stained. Your clothes get stained. So when you're working with the elderberries, make sure you're outside. You're wearing clothes that you're okay to stain. And this isn't like blackberry, blueberries, raspberries. You cannot eat these raw. It has to be cooked down before you can eat them. That's what it is. Now, the simplest tool to use to remove elderberry from this is a comb, a clean comb. This has never been used. It's only been used for elderberry. It's as simple as putting it inside these little things and just removing it. Right now, because I'm using just one hand, just pull it as if you comb a hair. Just simple yanking it out. Now, like I said, make sure you wear a shirt that you're okay staining, because it will stain your hands and your clothes. Again, this is about elderberry. It's good for cold and flu, and not like any other berries that you see. It has to be cooked down. All right, so I'm actually going to show you guys how to make this syrup. This is all the elderberry. I have a good amount here from the harvest from my backyard. So I'm using 1 cup and 1/3 cup fresh elderberry. For 1 1/3 cup elderberry, you use 3½ cups of water, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of clove powder. Put it in a pot, all of these ingredients, bring it to a boil. Once it boils, simmer it for about 45 minutes on low to medium heat until the content inside your container is simmered down to half the amount. And once it's simmered down, you try to mash the berries, and then you try to strain the berries. Go through the process. Again, I have 1 cup plus 1/3 cup berries. I'm going to add 3½ cup of waters, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of clove powder. So I have close to 4 cups of elderberries here and about 11 cups of water. Added 3 teaspoons of ground cinnamon and 1½ teaspoons of ground cloves, and I'm trying to bring this to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, the water, I will simmer it to low and put a timer on for 40 minutes. Okay, so the elderberry has come to a rolling boil, meaning that when I use my spoon and stir it, it's still boiling, right? Right now my stove is on low, because if it's on high, it will boil over the pot, but this is called rolling boil. So for example, it's on medium high. Notice if I stir, it's still boiling. That's called rolling boil. Now at this point, lower the heat on medium to low heat, and low to medium heat your stove and let it cook and simmer for 45 minutes. Make sure your liquid content is simmered down to half of this content, and then we can go about smashing these berries. So here is on low to medium heat the simmering. It has simmered down 1/4 of the way. I'm gonna let it simmer for another 20 more minutes, 20-25 more minutes, and then let it cool. So this is what it looks like halfway. Very pretty purple color from the berries, and when I'm mixing, I'm also trying to crush them as much as I can. All right, guys, I rendered the elderberry syrup. I used a masher to mash up the berries really well. Now I'm gonna strain the berry syrup in here. Once I strain it, I'm going to add the honey in there. So when I'm straining, I want to make sure I get all the good stuff out, all the liquid out, and even the pulp if you can. So this is how much I have collected so far, and I will add honey to this, but I'm going to continue straining this out so I can get as much liquid out from the pulp. So here is the syrup after straining it. There's no berries. Now I'm gonna add 1 cup of honey for 1 cup and 1/3 of elderberries that we initially put. And you're gonna mix the honey in here and then try to make sure the honey dissolves. And then from there, we'll go ahead and put it in a nice container, in a glass mason jar container, for it to be stored away. All right, so I'm gonna put 2 cups in here because I had doubled or tripled, sorry. So I had tripled the amount. I like to use raw unfiltered honey. Make sure you see this sign which says True Source Certified. That means it's just pure honey. There's no sugar. The bees are not fed sugar, so you're good to go. Make sure it's raw, unfiltered, and I'm going to use that in here. Like I mentioned, 1 cup for 1 1/3 cup of elderberries, fresh elderberries or frozen elderberries. So once you have added the honey, make sure you mix it really well with the honey and the honey is dissolved. Then you put it in a mason jar like this. This is an 8-ounce mason jar, and you can keep it in the refrigerator for 6 months. Now with elderberry, it is not, you take it one time and makes you feel better. It's not a medicine. It is preventative herbal medicine, meaning you take it daily with good food habits, with good healthy habits that you eat, right? So for example, this is shelf life of 6 months in the fridge, but you take 1 teaspoon as an adult daily, and then half a teaspoon for children above 4+ years. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a herbologist. This is just home remedies. This will boost your immune system. It is highly packed with antioxidants, vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin E. This is a preventive thing, guys. You have to take it daily to help boost your immunity. Again, this helps with cold and flu. Hope you enjoyed the video and hope you guys make elderberries syrup. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.